What if it was this easy? What if our health was this easy? To take meditation into our life, to keep a calm, clear mind? What if our health was that important to us, that we were willing to look out and to find different answers for our health crisis? What if your daily habits every day are double-double at Tim Hortons, or you're not sleeping enough, maybe eating the wrong foods? What would it take? Ask yourself to change those habits. Would it be a health scare? Maybe a doctor's appointment that went not really the way you wanted it to go? Maybe it was a heart attack of a loved one. What would it take? My wake-up call came 2 years ago to this week, one day before my 21st wedding anniversary. It was a cat bite. Seems not too bad. I was at my pet store, and I was training a new staff member. We were out front of the store, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw a nice little foster cat sitting in the shelves. In the front door came one of my good friends and her boxer, nice big boxer. Fortunately, kind of a crazy boxer. So this cat that had eyed the boxer shot out of the shelving, ran right past the two of us, and onto the head of the boxer. She was so beautiful, but so crazy, and really disliked dogs. So she jumped right on top of the boxer. So I looked at this new staff member, and I ran over with my left hand and grabbed onto the cat. Now, for a little note, and I didn't know this, did you know that cats can turn their head a full 180 degrees? I did that day. I put my hand on the cat, and the cat turned around and bit right into my hand. At that moment, the eyes of the cat were staring straight at each other, and it's like a Mexican standoff. We were both staring at each other, wondering who was going to give first. I certainly wasn't going to, and she definitely wasn't going to. The dog decided that he was going to break up the fight. So he, in his anger, decided to come and jump and grab the cat again. Cat turned around, jumped on the dog. You can imagine, this is a small little cat, and this is about an 80-pound dog. So my fear at that moment was that it was going to be a complete mayhem in front of the store, in front of this new staff member and other customers. So I grabbed with my left hand again onto the cat. Now also I'd like to mention I am right-handed. So I don't know why I was grabbing with my left hand. However, I did that. Cat turned around, latched right back on my hand again. So here I am sitting there looking at my good friend and saying, please take the dog out, as the cat is hanging off my hand. And it dropped eventually. She got out safely and everybody was okay. Except for I'm standing there bleeding and wondering what the heck is going on. You see, in that moment, I realized my life had not become myself. I was tired. I was working 60-hour weeks. I had 2 stores. I was stressed out. And I wasn't thinking clearly. I wasn't making good decisions. Was that a good decision that I made that day? Nope. However, we kind of decide in these moments when we're not thinking as clear as we'd like to, that it's the best for the moment. That cat bite led to antibiotics. It led to intravenous antibiotics. I worked continuously through this. I'd go to the hospital, get my antibiotics. I had the stent in my arm at the whole time, which was crazy. Still working 12-hour days, patching it over with gauze and syringe. I'd go to get my antibiotics. Kept on working until one day I just couldn't. I ended up in the emergency room. I was 20 pounds lighter, sick, and done. Total body breakdown. C. diff is something that just takes over your body, and there's nothing you can do. You just have to ride it out with some good drugs and some sleep and some water and some time. And that's one thing that I, at that point, wasn't willing to do. Well, little taps on your shoulder. It takes these little taps that just say, hey, listen up. Something, if you don't change your lifestyle, something is going to change it for you. So those little taps kept getting tapping until eventually it was a slap across my face. And that slap for that day, I am forever grateful for it, because it was in that realization, in that emergency room, that something had to change. I needed to take my life seriously, and I needed to take my health seriously. My healthy self. So I started looking into something called Ayurveda. So Ayur stands for life, and Veda stands for knowledge. So putting them together is Ayurveda. It's a medical science deeply focused on healing and maintaining quality of life through your mind, body, and spirit. It originated in India 5,000 years ago, so it's been around for a while. And it recognizes that we are much more than our physical bodies. It's a holistic approach, and it's like a sister science to yoga. If you've ever done yoga, it's like the eating component to your physical state. So making sure you're keeping track of your physical self and your mental self. I am drawn to Ayurveda because it's a whole body approach to health. True health is a whole body working together rather than just one symptom. So through that, figuring out that I needed to take care of my body, and I asked you in the beginning, what would it take to change your habits? I hope that you find the path to good health and listen to the little taps, because yes, it can be that easy. Thank you very much.